Football was everything that I knew about myself completely. Back when I was in high school and even into college, everything that I attributed to my success had to do with the physical abilities that I had. There's a point along the way where those abilities began to get taken away from me. And I had a football injury in my senior year of high school that created a bulging disc in my neck that went undiagnosed. And over the next 15 to 17 years, bone grew over that bulging disc, and a bone spur shot off of that and began to grow into my spinal cord, which caused permanent bruising on my spinal cord, which has left me with a broken gait in the way that I walk. As a result, I'm not able to do any of the physical things that I once thought made me who I was. And I had to begin to learn to figure out who I was in Christ. Because up until that point, I gave myself credit for everything. When I was a sophomore at Baylor University, I had stopped playing football and took a coaching job with Riker High School in Waco, Texas. And I fell madly in love with coaching. It's what I wanted to do. It's what I wanted to become. I wanted to become a Texas high school football coach. And so I began the process of learning every position on the field. I began the process of figuring out how I was going to get my certification. I began the process of being a student of the game so that I could be the very best football coach that was out there. And I began to take jobs from one private school to a small public school and then to a bigger public school and continued to move on up until 2001, 2002. I just began to figure out that I didn't really love coaching anymore and trying to figure out what I wanted to do, but I knew it wasn't coaching for the long haul. And as I look back on that now, what I know is that was God changing my heart. He didn't show me right away that I was to go into the ministry because I wasn't ready for that yet. But he did show me that I wasn't wanting to do what my heart's dream was anymore. And so as I began to transition out of there, he began to place me back in church and into a position where I could teach students about the gospel and begin to show them what a life with Christ looked like and really begin to show myself what that looked like. And as a result, God began to call me into the ministry. And it's something that, quite honestly, I ran from for a while. I didn't want to do ministry. That meant that I was going to have to change everything about my life, my wife's life, the lives of my kids, and I didn't want to do that. And then on September 9th of 2004, I remember getting on my knees and praying to God and saying, if you want me in the ministry, that's where I'll go. I walked downstairs and I told my wife, and she already knew I was going to go that direction. She had just been waiting on me to get there. Back when I was coaching, the way that I viewed success was through wins and losses. The numbers on the scoreboard. As long as we were ahead, then success was there. Obviously, we wanted young men to be quality young men, and we wanted that to be important. But really, at the end of the day, it was being the best on the offensive side, being the best on the defensive side, and winning the game. When I became a minister, God began to show me that success is measured not in wins and losses as far as points are concerned, but are wins and losses where eternity is concerned.